Well, welcome to Cary, North Carolina, as the soccer tournament rolls on. All kinds of fun things. This is truly a festival. Food trucks, and you can get a cold beverage. The kids are having a blast out here at the soccer tournament as we have a matchup between the U.S. women, 2-0 in group play, and their final game of group play, taking on Angel City. The Sevens have had a rough go of it. They are 0-2 and have only put up one goal on the scoreboard. So they are looking to break through here, and nothing would feel better than scrapping together a win against the U.S. women. Our Soccer.com players to watch. Jen Beatty with a game-winning goal in target score time to push the Americans through against Process FC.
Well, the Scottish international, who's traditionally a defender, found herself wide open at the top of the box and buried it to get the victory for the U.S. 143 appearances with Scotland, 24 international goals, and now a TST goal to her name. And then for Angel City, we're going to highlight the goal scorer from their first game, Katie Pingle. She came onto the pitch as a sub and hit a blast from distance. It's the lone goal of the tournament, and they're hoping to get another one tonight. Interesting match, given the fact that U.S. has already punched their ticket through.
Yeah, what will their strategy be since they are already secured a ticket into the quarterfinals? We will find out with kickoff coming up just around the corner. Elise Woodward and Sari Rose coming back for action after this. Welcome back to Cary, North Carolina, just about 12 miles away from Raleigh, the state capital. You've got University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill around the corner, Durham with the Duke Blue Devils, and of course NC State, the Wolfpack, all within the triangle down here. We are at WakeMed Park. 7 fields here, all in play, and we are down to the final game in group play at the soccer tournament. These are the rules if you are just joining us and are curious. 7v7, 20-minute halves. There is no offside penalty, so you can get behind the defense, which is a major change-up compared to 11v11. There are no throw-ins, so everything is initiated with a kick when the ball is out of play, and the ball must be advanced every 8 seconds. And then after the 2 halves of 20 minutes each, it goes into target score time. So the leading team, after regulation, has to score just 1 more goal to win the game. And the group standings here in Group A, Elise Woodward along with Sari Rose. Sari, the U.S. women have already punched their ticket to the quarterfinals. What do you make of the rest of this group?
Well, I think it's going to be an exciting match between Austin Rise and Process FC. Both teams are extremely well organized and well coached and have given issues with the U.S. when they both played. Angel City, they're here to really make a statement in their final game. They had a disappointing loss this morning, 5-0. They've only scored 1 goal this game, and so they're going to come out and they're going to try and get on the board early. And it's an interesting thing because U.S. is already through, so they don't want to lose, but we may see more players rested. We may not see quite the enthusiasm that we saw earlier by this squad.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see the strategy for the United States, who are led by Kendall Fletcher-White. In this heat, she is 9 months pregnant. She is due any minute. It has just got to be murder on the sidelines for Coach Kendall Fletcher-White, who played in this tournament a couple of years ago. So we are just ready to kick off here, and we want to welcome our viewers on ESPNU. It is TST, and it is the U.S. women, full of legends from the U.S. women's national team, World Cup winners, Olympic gold medalists, all part of the roster here, mixed in with some very quality younger players, most of them from the University of North Carolina that won the national championship here at WakeMed Park in December. So tons of talent out on the field. Lindsey Harris, the keeper, a former North Carolina product, with the touch. U.S. women with the white jerseys on with the red numbers and the navy shorts. And Angel City Sevens, the football club from Los Angeles, in the dark blacks. Immediate cross and a one-timer left of the frame, but a good opening attempt from Angel City.
And Ariana Veland got herself in a good position, just couldn't finish it. As we said, the U.S. is going to come out and they're going to try and win this, right? We can talk about the fact that they may be resting some players, may not try and come out with as much energy and really trying to press like we saw them earlier today. But I think Angel City really does want to try and come out, get on the board early if they can, and see if they can't leave on a high note here today.
One change in the starting lineup. Joe Lohman, the veteran for the United States team, number 15, just played it back. Always want to see what hairstyle that Joe Lohman brings to the field. Today it's a blonde mohawk. Well done, Joe. She's quite a character. She has got a bubbly personality and is out here having a blast, number 15 for the U.S. women. She gives it a go, but underneath that one and popped over the top. Our soccer.com players to watch. Sari, what do you have today?
Well, we're going to go with the Scottish international Jen Beattie, who got the Adidas Golden Fleece in the match earlier today by scoring in target score time. 143 appearances with Scotland, 24 international goals, and now a TST Golden Fleece to add to her accolades. And for Angel City, we want to highlight Katie Pingle, who's going to come off of the bench for them. She's the lone goal scorer for the squad, but she is a tenacious player that can really change a game if she's got time on the ball.
All the way back, the 10 a.m. start time for game number 2 for the U.S. women in this tournament. And it was Beattie, as you mentioned, with the goal in target score time. So she earns herself a golden fleece presented by Adidas. And The Scottish legend will be able to come back here to TST and really just be the boss for the rest of her life. You walk around with the golden fleece around your neck, and everybody's going to be talking to you. This is Heather O'Reilly, who gives way to Lohman. Heather O'Reilly, who has just been instrumental in building this U.S. women's team for the TST, and really for even having a tournament whatsoever for the women. She has been the instigator and the one behind the scenes.
Yeah, she really orchestrated. After that first year playing in the men's bracket, she said, we've got to have a women's bracket, and she went out and helped recruit players for her team as well as teams for this tournament, and has been such an ambassador for TST.
A quick strike trying to draw blood first with Harris outside of the cage, but Desiree Mendoza a little ambitious with that, and the United States will take over. A $1 million prize is on the line. The U.S. women are the defending champs of TST. They dropped their first game of the tournament last year, but have not lost since, including the first 2 games of this year's TST.
And you're going to see a lot of rotations by the U.S. It's still hot, even though it's a 6:30 kickoff, and so they're going to make sure that they're getting a ton of players in and getting players rested. The last thing they want to do is burn through that energy tonight when they've got the quarters tomorrow.
It is almost 90 degrees after a torrential downpour yesterday for day 1 of the women's bracket. The U.S. women's team just absolutely soaked. You could have put a bucket of water over their heads at the end of the game, and they would not have been able to know the difference. Their jerseys just soaked all the way through. And they did wear those navy jerseys again for game 2. But today, for the first time, in the whites with the red numerals.
And Angel City's really looking to press, seeing if they can't win a ball in that attacking third and counter on it. Playing a little bit higher than we saw earlier.
Olivia Thomas, a streak down the left flank. She is held up, and she scores it. And the whistle before the score, and I'm surprised that this foul is going against Thomas. Oh, just left into the side netting, my bad. We are staring right into the sun here on the sideline. But Thomas, an absolute streak down the left side.
And she loves to take players on and is so crafty. They've really posted her outside in that first game today, trying to see if she can't draw in a defender, combine with somebody else. We've seen different styles of play for the U.S. in the first 2 games that they played.
Oh, and the takeaway. The U.S. with a chance here, and it is finished in. It was the good hustle setting it up. Bella Devi, the youngster, with the service.
A little Carolina connection there between Devi across to Thompson. And once again, it's Devi winning the ball back. She's so courageous defensively, plays it across to Thomas, and Thomas with an easy finish there, just past the goalkeeper, Eisenhower. U.S. up 1-0 early in this match.
Yeah, you mentioned the young connection, and Thomas, after putting one just to the left of the post into the side netting, gets the first goal for the U.S. here in game number 3. Defender falls, and a break for the U.S. Dangerous opportunity. The U.S. able to close down. It was Kayla Novak, who played a couple of years at UCLA, that had the attempt.
And we're hearing the voice of Saskia Weber, who is a former goalkeeper for the U.S. women's national team. First year out, she was actually on that squad as a coach for the U.S. Came back last year with Angel City. She's one of the owners of that team as well. And so she's back again this year. It's a little bit of a return home. She's got some family in North Carolina, so she comes back with her partner and really makes this an event, and it's a vacation as well as an opportunity to highlight some of the young players and retirees from the Angel City organization.
Well, let's send it down to the sideline. Alexis Nunez, the third member of our broadcasting crew, down on the U.S. side.
Thanks, ladies. Yep, I've got head coach here, Kendall Fletcher-White, who's barking out orders already. She's just locked in. She's been rocking the bump and the bonnet all day, but you've also been bossing your girls around in the best of ways because they have been killing it. Overall, what's the approach for the game here today? Because we know that there is the comfort of you guys being there, but I know these girls always want to win.
Yeah, I mean, it's the U.S. women's mentality to want to win, so we're going to go out and we're going to try to win a game. But obviously, we're also in a tournament, and we have an opportunity to try some things and to prepare for what might be ahead that maybe if we needed to get a certain result, we couldn't do. So we'll look to kind of balance those two things today.
And tell me more about the mix of this squad, because you've got the big names, but you've also got some young ones that are really lighting things up.
Yeah, we've learned that through the past couple years of doing this, that obviously the veteran players are the core of this team, but the young ones, it's fun to see the up-and-coming players and what they bring, and you need a balance of that, you know, a little bit of experience, a little bit of youthfulness, and the meshing of that and getting that mixture right. So again, that's kind of what this group play is about, is finding the mixture of that.
And I have to talk about someone that you adopted in Jen Beatty, the one Scotswoman on this team right now. I've been calling her Beatty Dino after her goal earlier on today, but what a brilliant addition she's been.
Absolutely. I said it takes the center back to finish on frame. Yeah, because we were struggling with that early in the game, but she's been great. We had Jodie Taylor last year, so we've had some other countries come in for us, but she's been great. It's been good to have her. U.S., we accept everybody, so it's nice to have her in the squad, and her composure and obviously getting the golden goal was great.
All right, Kendall, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love it. Good work, Alexis, and always fun to hear from Kendall, who, mad props to her for being out here 9 months pregnant. She is due, did you say, within a couple of weeks?
I believe they were saying that she was like 10 days out, possibly. It could be a hyperbole, but it is knocking at the door.
Let's just hope that everything at the TST finishes up and mama and baby are all safe here in a short time. But right now, there's competition. And the U.S., as you heard her talk about the strategy, they do want to win this game. But at the same time, it's a balance. And a keeper change as Lindsay Harris, who's had an outstanding tournament for the U.S., a 31-year-old keeper who's playing in the Saudi Women's League. She will head off the field. And Jill Loyden, a veteran, 39 years old, with the national team from the U.S. from 2010 to 2014, ball at her foot. She will give it a go here in between the pipes for the U.S.
And bringing in a veteran like Jill Loyden is just going to give some more composure to that back line. Angel City's looking to press, and so Jill can come in and she can really organize them well, and she's also super comfortable with the ball at her feet. So as they're pressing, she's going to be able to ping people away. She's a tremendous goalkeeper trainer. She was a tremendous goalkeeper, and she's really a top-notch broadcaster as well. Love listening to her on TV, just very intentional in the words she chooses and the work she does to be such a terrific analyst.
It's fun to have her part of this TST roster for the U.S. women. Now Jen Beatty on to the pitch for the U.S. women, number 5 in white, who had that target score time goal to finish it, and Jill Loyden with her first action, shot right into her belly, and she handles it cleanly.
Watch her back, weak side! Weak side, weak side, see it!
So Beatty, ball at her foot.
You strip this, you strip this. You shoot, look where Jill Loyden is. Strip this.
Alex Kimball
Just keep her wide.
all the way out near the flag.
Goal kick.
And it is deflected out of bounds, so the set piece from the corner coming up from the U.S. You can visit soccer.com, the official store of the soccer tournament. All kinds of great merch at soccer.com. Boy, I tell you, all the fans have been flocking in there. The little kids running around with their jerseys, the adults with their favorite team. It's fun to see all the different teams represented here in Cary, North Carolina.
The TST is such a sharp logo, and then on that Adidas gear, it really looks nice, and so many varieties, seeing people.
So Angel City Sevens trying to find a strike. That one pops off of the boot. Well, Lauren Sesselman.
And Lauren Sesselman is a veteran to TST. She was on the Street Ball Canada last year, and Saskia was able to recruit her to Angel City. So it was a good pickup for them defensively.
O'Reilly swings it to Kat Whitehill, who serves it into the middle. The U.S. faced Process FC earlier today, and they had every defender inside the box. They really packed it in, and for a while, the United States just really couldn't find any clean windows. Process FC did a nice job. A little more pressure here from Angel City.
Heather O'Reilly was a little disappointed. She had that goal called back. She was looking for her first goal of the tournament, and there was a foul on the header across to her, so it was called back, but she is eager to get on the board.
Yeah, pretty deep there, but another defender in the area to send that one out of play. Pretty amazing for the fans here in Cary, as well as those watching at home, to see Heather O'Reilly at 40 years old. 231 caps with the U.S. women's national team, 47 goals scored, to be out here on the pitch and be such a integral part of this women's tournament with $1 million on the line. Couple of fakes, leaves it for Thomas.
Bring it out! Get Sammy! Bring him out!
Lloyd
Good, Dad!
still in play after the deflection. And then Thomas just way too much, got underneath that one, and it sails on her.
Sammy!
Olivia Thomas, a 5'10" forward from North Carolina out of Grosse Pointe, Michigan, will be a junior in a couple of weeks when the NCAA soccer season gets rolling. And was the 2024 College Cup most outstanding offensive player in the national championship run for the Tar Heels. The long ball served up, Whitehill off of her head. And now the takeaway from Lloyd. Thomas, a good hustle play getting back. And now Shores.
Good Chloe! Good Casey!
Just plays it back to Whitehill.
Don't dive in, Tom!
Thomas looking for a little room, the give and go.
Don't dive in! Don't dive in!
Looked like they might get a seam instead. It will be a corner kick for the U.S.
And defensively, Angel City is really trying to stay compact. You can hear Saskia screaming at them, don't dive in, trying to keep their feet.
About 4 minutes left here in the first half. The U.S. women 1 tally on the board, courtesy of Olivia Thomas. And boy, you begin to think with Olivia Thomas, she missed a bunch of time last year, 8 games due to an injury, but still finished number 2 for North Carolina with, in terms of goals scored. With a full season and healthy, she could do significant damage for the defending national champion Tar Heels.
And she's on the team with Kate Fossey, who led the NCAA in goals. So both of those players coming to this U.S. squad to add to their already potent attack.
And both will return after outstanding campaigns last year. North Carolina, is there any doubt they'll be the #1 pick in the preseason, the #1 ranked team?
What a tremendous job that Damon Nahas did. They lost a ton of players the previous year, had a spring season where they really didn't have full strength, and then to come in and in his first season make the run and eventually win the national championship. Unbelievable effort by Damon Nahas.
Well, and they also have some youngsters that are in this tournament that have not suited up for North Carolina, yet they've been making a mark as well. One of them on this U.S. team, Bella Devi, who scored early in this tournament. She will be a freshman coming here from Draper, Utah. So Getting used to the climate here as that corner low and struck hard and now popped back over to the far post. Thomas can't snap that one down. Still hasn't been settled, and it will be a U.S. kick-in as there are no throw-ins here at TST.
That's it. Take your time. Don't push him back. It's fine. It's
Ali
fine.
Krieger now,
They're too deep.
the defender back. Gives it to Della Rose, Tessa Della Rose, another outstanding player for the U.S. Lloyd and all the way off her line, and we are equalized. Angel City desperately needed that tally, and they are on the board for the first time since game one.
And you see, able to win that ball in from Lloyd and just picking up her head, finding that runner in. She takes a big touch. Lloyd keeps her feet, but buries that shot. And what a fantastic finish there by Angel City. And that's Kyla Novak, number 17, getting the equalizer for Angel City late in this first half.
So new life breathed into the Angel City Sevens. The football club from Angel City's official rep here at TST. This is their second time competing. Last year they ended the group stage tied for second on points with the U.S. women, but were eliminated based on total goals scored. So really tough way to end things last year. Boy, they would love to end with a win here today against the U.S. women, and we are all tied up. Of course, they are based out of Los Angeles, and the owners of this squad include Mia Hamm, Abby Wambach, Sophia Bush, Eva Longoria, Serena Williams, Natalie Portman. All kinds of celebs and stars are part of the ownership group for the Angel City Sevens.
My personal favorite, Julie Foudy, as well, getting on with that group. And you can hear Saskia Weber. Once again, remember, she was a goalkeeper, so she's constantly screaming at her defense to shift and adjust and really doing a tremendous job of being organized defensively. And there's a good look at Coach Saskia Weber.
She also a proud co-owner with Angel City FC. And our first half is in the books. We are knotted up at 1. Second half coming up shortly after a quick timeout.
The soccer tournament is presented The soccer tournament is presented by RBC Wealth Management, the official wealth management partner of TST.
Welcome back into a beautiful but really hot afternoon as we get into the evening, and we still have 20 minutes to play plus target score time. We are all tied up at 1 apiece between the U.S. women and Angel City Sevens. And here are today's first half stats brought to you by RBC Wealth Management. Sari, what jumps out to you?
Well, I think what jumps out to me is the fact that it's even in shots, although Angel City FC leads with shots on goal. We talked about the fact that the U.S. was going to have a lot of rotations and a lot of substitutions. We're seeing them be much more patient in the attack, picking and choosing their moments. And Angel City able to get on that counter and get the equalizer. So I think the second half is going to be even more interesting than the first.
Yeah, Kayla Novak with the equalizer for Angel City Sevens, maybe giving them a burst of energy here as we get ready for second half action. It's all coming up just moments away.
Today's broadcast is presented by Coca-Cola, the official fan refreshment of TST.
Welcome back to beautiful Cary, North Carolina. We are at Wake Med Park, and we are glad to have you with us for the soccer tournament. $1 million on the line. This is the final game in group play. The United States has already punched their ticket through to the quarterfinals. The Angel City Sevens at 0-2, and this is a look at our updated group standings brought to you by RBC Wealth Management. So still things up for grabs, not only in Group A, but all the way B, C, and D as well, Sari.
Yeah, the only group that has settled was the B group earlier today. The Drunken Monkeys beat Old Train 2-1, and so Drunken Monkeys will take the first spot in the B bracket with Old Train in that second spot.
They've been putting goals on the board. They have a goal differential of 10-2. So a new starting lineup from what we saw to start the game. as we are underway in second half action between the U.S. women and the Angel City Sevens. It was the youngster Olivia Thomas with the goal for the U.S. And they went up 1-0, and then the answer, the equalizer from Kayla Novak of the Angel City Sevens, the former UCLA Bruin. With the Sevens on the board.
Come on, it's a contact sport!
And that is going to be number 23, Ariana Veland, bringing down Kenny Kessler, and Coach Weber not quite happy with that call.
We clearly know what she thinks.
Gotta love
like
them
that
mic'd
one.
up on the sideline, right?
Yeah.
Really giving you a different perspective of this game. As we mentioned, each year TST adds another little wrinkle into the broadcast.
Kessler, low driving kick off the wall. And so a set piece from the corner this time instead of at the angle.
And we've been wondering where Kennedy Kessler came from. She's actually friends with Casey Lloyd. So when Casey was helping Heather assemble this, said, hey, we've got to bring my friend in. And so she has been absolutely fantastic for this U.S. squad, both in 2024 and this year. As you mentioned, last year, 3 goals for her. Has been more playing kind of as an outside back, making runs into the box when she can.
Here she is, just giving it to Della Rose. But yeah, Kessler from the Highlands Village, Texas, but collegiately, Hardin-Simmons University, the Cowgirls. So a very small university. You might not know Kennedy Kessler, number 28 in white for the U.S. women, but as you said, she's done a fabulous job.
And she started up in that 9 position in the first game and has shifted around the pitch as the U.S. has also changed their formation each match that they've played.
Come on! Does he have to fall over?
I love it.
I'd like to
I
mention
think
that
we should
Saskia Weber
just
is a
lay
Jersey
out.
girl. She's
I
a
think
Jersey
we should
girl.
just lay out and let Saskia take it. Much rather listen to her commentary with the officials than what I have to say, that's for sure. Play broken up. And now Tessa Della Rose will look to spark something for the U.S. A lot of youngsters on the pitch right now, other than Carly Lloyd, who now has it at her feet. Little give and go. And broken up nicely by the Angel City defense.
We saw last year there were 20 players from Carolina in this event across teams. But what I want to know is how many players from New Jersey are in this
There
tournament?
are quite a few, you're right.
So I feel like there's representation on each team of at least one Jersey girl or Rutgers player.
Ooh, that's a good looking strike off the left boot of Bella Debbie. She is going to be a freshman this upcoming season at North Carolina out of Draper, Utah.
Really been a highlight of this squad at times, right? What I love about her is so much of her attack comes from her tenacity defensively. She's constantly winning a ball off of a defender and then going forward with it, or off the first goal we saw her, she got the ball, drove forward, had a little bit of a defender get in her way, and then followed through with it and stuck with it. And so love her attitude and her grit that goes with that technical ability and speed.
Well, and you have to imagine if you're a high school kid and you're out here playing with and against other legends and pros, that there would be a little bit of an intimidation factor of like, how do I match up? Can I compete at that level? And what do I need to do? I don't think that there's been any hesitation on her part whatsoever. She looks as if she belongs, as if she is a veteran.
Well, and you got to remember that Colleen Hacker, who is the famed sports psychologist of the U.S. Women's National Team, is on the staff here. So think about not just the fact of the caliber of players that they're building in, but the preparation and what they're getting from their coaches and from Colleen Hacker.
And there she is, ball at her foot. Trying to play it straight through, and Angel City defense boots it away, and so multiple substitutions on and off the field. Keely Roy getting hounded by Thomas, and the turnover is forced. This is Shores scanning the field to Thomas. Remember, no offside, and she chips it up. But right into the hands of the keeper for Angel City, Kat Hess. I think that Brittany Eisenhower, who's onto the pitch now for Angel City. And Heather O'Reilly. Ooh. Thought there might be a chance at a bicycle from Allie Long. But instead it will be a corner kick with Lloyd at the flag. Ooh. Foul inside the box. So the ball will be placed right outside the 18. Boy, that was close.
Referee not willing to give the PK because it was on the edge, and now he's actually going to step back Angel City as well. We've seen a variety of free kicks from Lloyd.
So much traffic. A low driving shot or service handled by Angel City, and now they dispossess. Ariana Wieland with the run.
That was some good defending by number 21 in black, Keely Roy, right? Keeping her feet. Casey Lloyd is such a technical player, can dance on the ball and really juke players, but Keely Roy did a tremendous job of keeping her feet and winning that ball.
Just out of the reach of Long. So Eisenhower. And look at where she wants to deliver.
And that...
Yeah, the 8-second rule in effect. You feel like that was a quick trigger by the official? Nothing heard as Eisenhower covers that attempt up.
And the U.S. is back playing that 3-1-2, and there's Lloyd.
Really nice job from Eisenhower getting off her line quickly to snuff out that offensive opportunity.
You see Lloyd's just going to get on the end of it. She's going to try and poke it past Eisenhower, but Eisenhower stays big, firm hands, and able to get that clean.
Remember, no offside. Really nice ball delivered to the goal scorer from the first half for Angel City, Kyla Novak. And now Angel City try to get something cooking here. Wieland gets it back to Chai Cortez. Heather O'Reilly forces the turnover, and now she's got some space to work with. One defender back, gives it a go, and Eisenhower gets her mitts on that and sends it over the top.
We said she was hungry to score, and you can see just her so dangerous on that dribble. Picks up her head, and with her left, it's going to actually deflect off of the Angel City defender, but a great strike by Heather O'Reilly coming down the pitch.
Thomas at the top of the 18, cuts it back, and the one-timer, and the service well done by the U.S., and Shim puts it in the back of the net, her second goal here at TST.
And that play actually starts for Thomas, keeping this alive. She's going to play it on the ground. It gets cleared. Second ball goes to Joe Lohman, and there is Mana Shim getting her second goal of this tournament with the assist by Joe Lohman, who had the goal when they were playing in the men's bracket 2 years ago. So she's one of the older veterans on this team, but she's still got it.
She got the start today and has played some significant minutes. Jo Lohman, the 42-year-old forward, 9 caps of the U.S. national team in her time, and the first player in Washington Spirit history to have her jersey retired. A 16-year pro career for Jo Lohman, and making a difference here for the U.S. women, giving them the lead here in the second half with less than 10 minutes to go until target score time. Some good footwork and the deflection. Oh, into the side netting. Shim was the one that got that started and then deflected in.
And just a great strike. She's going to dance on the ball a little bit back, pulls it with her left, and that's going to hit off number 3, Dominique Randall, for the 3rd U.S. goal in this match. And just an unfortunate deflection for Angel City. Not much Eisenhower could do about that.
Well, let's send it down to the sideline. We were talking about Heather O'Reilly and her significance with this club and this tournament, and Alexis Nunez has her down on the sideline.
Yeah, thanks, guys. And you know that we cannot have a soccer tournament in North Carolina and not hit up our girl, Heather O'Reilly. Heather, what 2 goals to bring everything back now in your favor?
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one going into this 3rd game for us. We have 2 wins. We're automatically through in first place. So, listen, I mean, every time we step on the field, we want to win. We don't want to go in with an attitude other than that, but we are conserving legs for the knockout rounds that start tomorrow, the quarterfinal. And so it took us a little while to, figure that out because that's not us, right? We want to win. We want to be intense. But now we found our footing here in the second half, and Mana Shim is doing some good stuff. So we're in good shape now.
Well, we know that you're an absolute legend, but you're playing, but you're also kind of like a recruiter as well for some of the local girls here. Tell me about them.
Yeah, well, I live in Chapel Hill and very, very involved with the University of North Carolina. I used to coach there, and now I'm just a proud alum. But, I see these girls. They were national champions last year with UNC, and I know a lot of them. And I knew what we were needing and missing from last season, so it became a thing for them to... Wow. Great save. It became a thing for them to, earn their spot. And they were all talking and finding out that each other were being invited and stuff like that. So I think they were excited to get the text message from me to ask them if they wanted to be part of it.
And now that you see the mix that you guys have, you're a couple games in, of course, does this feel like the championship winning mix?
Yeah, it really does. I think last year we realized that, we have some... we have a 2-time FIFA World Cup winner in Carly Lloyd. We have a 2-time, World Cup winner in Allie Krieger. We have these legends. Myself has a little bit of experience.
Of course.
So we have, the brains and the mentality. We might not have the legs anymore. So it's finding that concoction, and I think that we have it this year. We're quite a good team and quite a deep team, I think. Deeper even than last year in terms of every single player is playing a really important part.
Well, another thing, even though Heather says they don't have the legs, I do see you have the legs because you are the ultimate hype woman, hyping up everybody before the game. So you very much have a lot of energy left in you. Thank you so much, Heather.
Thank you. It's so fun. This tournament's the best.
Yeah, thanks, Alexis, and thanks to Heather, too. All these people in attendance getting a chance to see these legends for the U.S. in such great soccer action. And one of the great pieces is the U.S. tinkering with things, pulling their goalie and putting Kat Whitehill, and she got to save with her hands. But that's the first time she's ever done that.
I love it. It's reminiscent of when Mia Hamm had to go back in goal for the U.S. team. Kat Whitehill, really, we talked about she's the general back there, so able to orchestrate and then gives them an extra player, so they're playing 8v7.
And in target score time, when you take players off the field, this is common to put a position player in there. So just looking at different combinations and looks, which is a luxury you can do with a 2-goal lead, and you're already into the semis. Looking for Kessler, a little bit too strong, but she tracks it down.
And I love that they're willing to experiment and try new things and figure it out, because they are going into that knockout stage in the quarterfinals tomorrow night. So making these adjustments, seeing which players work. Another adjustment here, as I believe we're now seeing Shim come-in goal, and she's actually got the gloves on, so continuing to tinker and try things out.
Yeah, Kat Whitehill just old school, like a football player that doesn't wear the gloves on the offensive line, and a save from her fanny for the keeper from Angel City. Brittany Eisenhower getting that one. This was on the previous play.
I like it. A good little step, gets a hand out, parries it wide.
She doesn't need any gloves. So a 3-1 U.S. advantage with less than 4 minutes to go here in the second half. We will then go to target score time, and if this score holds, the target score would be 4 goals.
And what I love is they're still going to goal. It's not like they're just going to possess and knock the ball around with that keeper in. They're really trying to see, can they get a shot off? And that was Evie Shores with another good save by Brittany Eisenhower.
Yeah, she's done a nice job since coming onto the pitch for Angel City. She has held her ground.
The University of Denver graduate just retired last January. A little look, I'm watching you.
Oh, that ball just skimming right there. Somehow did not go over the goal line. Lana Shim said, I knew it all along. Never a doubt. Players getting tangled up. That was Lloyd, but look at this one spinning.
Look at that. It popped off of the post, hit off of her, and it did not go all the way over the line, so a little bit of luck on that for Mana Shim.
Mana Shim went down to her knees to try to get the stop, maybe deflected it just enough to sit it off the post. And that thing spun, somehow spun out and didn't spin in.
She looks confident back there. She's got the walk and the swagger of a goalkeeper. Barking orders at the back line. I like it, I like it.
Lloyd gets it to Nikki Phillips, number 12 in white. Now in the center. Ooh, Carly Lloyd, pop up. There she is. Took a moment. A little banged up. You do not want to see that. The mom who watched this TST tournament last year while pregnant has an 8-month-old little baby. So congratulations to her, and it's awesome seeing her back out there, and good to see her pop up. No harm, no foul on that play. Eisenhower with the service.
And Shores played that out, but Shim was calling for it. She was coming out of her line. That was a good call by the brand new goalkeeper.
Dom Randall, last line of defense, heads that one to Lloyd. Hasn't got settled down, and then a yellow card coming against Lloyd, I think, for the high cleat.
She's being aggressive, but it does come in and catches the shin there of Randall.
So 30 seconds to go until target score time. Angel City would love to cut this deficit in half, give themselves a chance to get a win here against the U.S. women. The U.S. probably content right now. Head into target score time with a 2-score lead. Here's Casey Lloyd. Gives way to Carly. And so that is the end of regulation. The U.S. women, a 3-1 lead. Heather O'Reilly says this team is balanced and deep, and they sure have been showing it. Target score time coming up.
The soccer tournament is presented by Adidas, the official fanwear and The soccer tournament is presented by Adidas, the official fanwear and performance footwear partner of TST.
We are back, and it is time for target score time at the soccer tournament. This is Women's Group A, Round 3, the third and final game in group play tomorrow. The quarterfinals will begin at 5:30 p.m. East Coast time here in Cary. And target score time, the score is set. The U.S. with a 3-1 lead. So you add 1 to that tally, and the target score is 4. The first team to get to 4 scores will win. And every 3 minutes, a player from each side will be removed. You get down to 2v2, and that includes the keeper. That is a lot of space to cover. It's little cute babies loving the soccer action as well as the adults. And the sun finally going down behind some wispy clouds here in North Carolina. It got up to 89 degrees and some real humidity, and that ball of fire was staring right at us and beaming on this game. But it has cooled off considerably over the last 15 minutes or so. The high of 89 degrees, probably down at least 5, 6, 7 degrees now, and much cooler temperatures, and comfortable for the players and the fans here that have all come out to see the legends from the U.S. women take on Angel City.
And you talk about the sisterhood of U.S. women's soccer, and it's just such a family affair. We saw Allie Long with her twins earlier. We saw Kat Reddick with her kids after the last match. Joe Lohman was trying to figure out how to get the stroller into the golf cart. And so just everyone here with their families, their kids. It's such a wonderful event, not just to play in, but experience as a fan.
Yeah, it's actually, I think, for the veterans, some people would ask, why would you want to do that? It gives them a motivation and a goal to get in shape for this tournament. But then it is the camaraderie. I can think you ask any player when they retire, what do they miss? And yeah, they miss lacing it up and hearing the crowd cheer for them, no doubt. But it's the relationships and your teammates that you miss, and the stories and making fun of one another and competing. There's nothing like it. Oh, what a strike, and the finish. A hot shot off the boot of Olivia Thomas ends it quickly in target score time. It's a brace for Olivia Thomas, and that one was electric.
Unbelievable finish by the Carolina forward, and another baby on the pitch getting that golden fleece by Adidas. So she will be back, and it's going to get played in by Tessa Della Rose, and she just blasts that low into that near post and cuts it inside, and with that right foot just Eisenhower couldn't hang on to it, got a hand there, but Thomas with the scarf.
Yeah, that looks good on you. The golden fleece presented by Adidas to every game winner. And this one going to Thomas. So for the rest of her life, if she's got that scarf around her neck here in Cary, North Carolina, she gets free admission and gold star treatment. As long as the TST is going on, and that's as well as the basketball tournament as well, the cousin of TST. So an explosive and quick finish by the U.S. women. They get the 4-1 lead over Angel City. Let's send it down to Alexis Nunez.
Thanks, guys. Back with someone who also needs no introduction. I mean, this morning I saw her netting goals. Then in the afternoon I saw her at the hotel on mommy duty, and now she's back again. Carly's been a long day for you, but you guys had a perfect one with 2 back-to-back wins. How's it feel?
Oh, it's amazing. You know, this group, we've got some veteran players, some retired players, and then the young ones that are pulling through and helping us. So Olivia with that great goal. But you know what? Everyone's contributing, and I think that's what's really special about this team is that everyone brings something really special and unique, and we're showcasing that, and we're kind of growing into the tournament. You don't want to be peaking in the first, second game. So we had the luxury of knowing we already went through this game, but we were still trying to work on some things. So on to the next one.
I know we were just speaking to Heather saying that you have to get the mentality right because you guys only know go, 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 go for the big win. But of course you have to manage it. That's tournament football for you. But you also, everyone's so happy to see you back at it amongst the goals as well. How are you feeling overall?
Oh, I'm feeling good. I mean, I'm feeling a little old, let's be honest. 2 games in one day is pretty insane. But no, I mean, just, you know, the joy of having my daughter, you know, she's almost 8 months, and then just having her here. She's got no idea what she's doing here, but she'll look back at some of the photos, and it's just really special. It's special to be back with this group, not under a cutthroat environment like it has been with the national team. So this is a beautiful game. It brings so many people together and all walks of life, and it's just a special group to be part of. So I'm really thrilled to be here, thrilled to be playing.
Well, congrats, Carly, and we'll see you in the next round.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Appreciate it, Alexis, as Heather O'Reilly going into the Hall of Fame.
That was such an unbelievable effort because we loved how they tweaked it in preparation for the quarterfinals. So you can see U.S. women are in. Drunken Monkeys take first in their bracket with Old Train in second. And what an unbelievable opportunity for Carly, just getting inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. Fantastic moment, and like she said, it's now a chance for her to enjoy being around the squad and the players, as she had talked about how she was so laser focused when she was on the team that she didn't necessarily always get to enjoy that camaraderie and the relationships that the U.S. women's national team can build.
And I just love her talking about her little young daughter who was here getting ready to turn 8 months old. Carly Lloyd, 17-year run wearing the crest for Team USA and continuing to make memories here as the U.S. women get the 4-1 win. Tomorrow they will take the pitch as part of the quarterfinals, and we will have that for you starting tomorrow. It's a 4-1 U.S. women lead.